mindset that Fortnite is the only good game.
Are you playing Fortnite at all?
Yeah, right now, but I'm mad at it. I want him to change some things, otherwise
You should try Apex. I heard it's good.
I'll try it. And if we ever do those Let's Plays, we should try it there too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've been back on Destiny though.
But
Destiny
I heard
2.
Apex is having its problems right now too.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Cue in the music. Rick is, I think they're planning to show up about 7:30. So.
Okay.
I can't see past
So
the
we should get going then.
Oh yes, we must.
Yes, we must.
All right. Here comes the music.
What opening do I always think that is?
I don't know.
You know, like when you used to watch movies when you were a kid, and you hear that piano kind of. Not You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I
used to be
can't.
some production company.
Yeah, it
used
was
to
like a
have
production company.
Every time when you first started playing
like
that
a
for
New
the
Line or
yeah.
something. Maybe it is New
Maybe
Line.
it could be New Line. When you first started playing
I'll
that for
find
the
the New
show,
Line
I used
intro.
to think that was what you were playing, and I'm like, why? Then I heard it. Welcome to Stranger Show. Today we're talking about. Oh, hello, Wyatt.
Hi.
Today we're talking about Stranger Things 5 and 6. We're getting there. Next episode's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah.
But these 2 episodes are actually pretty good. It's been picking up now, but these 2 are these are good episodes.
It's picking up steam. See, I'm sitting in. I have not watched them yet.
Really?
But yeah, I
But you
don't.
don't care.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll be
so,
all
I
right.
don't care.
5 is what's the little sister?
Erica.
Erica's
It's child endangerment.
she's done her vent traveling, but she finds the elevator.
Yes.
And then they go into the elevator and it goes down stupid amounts of flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Basically, just down and down and down and down.
I guarantee you, whatever Rush is using that base for is not. They don't even require those stairs. It's just. Those floors are just there to add dramatic effect when you're going down that elevator.
Yeah. I feel like sounds about right.
It's more like a violin, but it has that same kind of cadence.
It does kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I bet
Boy,
you it was New Line.
that's a nostalgic sound though.
Yes.
Um,
You know which one I always liked was the old school HBO one.
oh yeah. I also like which one had the Pegasus too. This is way off. topic,
TriStar.
but- Yeah, TriStar. TriStar is good. Yeah, I liked the Pegasus though. I also like the Scott one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
The Ridley Scott one.
You
where
know
the crow
which one?
flies
Yeah,
in
with the crow. It's cool.
and it turns into a man or
It's
something.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the show.
No, nothing at all.
Stranger Things. Episode 5. I mean, by now in the season, if you've been watching the show and you have not watched past this yet, it's definitely it's a good show at this point now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say past episode 1 and 2, it's good, especially past episode 1. But 5 and 6 though are actually like right now it's in the thick of it. It's really entertaining. Both sides of the story are good. They finally have gotten away from the. I mean, they're still kind of doing the boyfriend girlfriend stuff with Mike and Eleven, but it's still it's more. There's more stuff going on. It's actually entertaining. I was done with being annoyed at this point.
Yeah.
You gave
Originally-
up on the annoyance. What's that?
Originally, weren't we gonna be done after this season with this show?
Yeah, but now I'm okay with it. We could do one more. I do want the show to end soon, though. I do. I honestly have no idea how further they could go.
I think 4 is.
I think it has to be. If
yeah.
4, but they could surprise me.
They did.
But
this
with
time.
3, they left it in such a place that 4.
They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to do season 4 now
Yeah.
Now, because they did something at the
because
end.
they did, so they have to. So dang it. I thought it would be it. I thought we were free from this spell.
Stupid duffer. Duffer Brothers. No.
Those Duffer Brothers always coming up with new ways to entertain us, I guess. So at this point, though, 11 she's still OP, basically.
Yeah.
Is at this point she's torn the head in half of the ugly, disgusting monster, or have we even seen that? No, we've seen the monster come together.
The hospital part.
Yeah.
That part was cool.
Is that in episode 4 or 5?
I think that's in 5 because we didn't address it last time.
That's right. Yeah. So Jake Busey. Jake Busey. Gary's boy. He gets killed. And everyone that gets killed, you basically see gets turned into like this dissolved, disgusting, like bloody part of.
But it's all good because he was kind of annoying. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. But also the monster is disgusting. Like I wouldn't want it to touch me.
No, that's something that this one does way better. Is the monster is just flat out awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Oh, yeah.
And the Demogorgons, maybe.
So it's funny because in Season 1, the Demogorgon is scary. Season 2, the Demodogs are scary, but they're not... I don't think they're as scary as the Demogorgon. No. Season 3, this monster is disgusting and scary.
Yeah.
And good. So it was kind of weird because it has like this arc now where it's like instead of being like scary and then scarier and then scariest, instead it was like scary... intimidating, disgusting, and scary. So that's interesting in itself. It was funny because the monster is like, it's scary, but I also just wouldn't want it to touch me because it's really gross.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of teeth and bones in it, and it's obviously wet.
Yeah.
It's always like wet looking.
It's thick and moist.
Yeah, it is definitely thick and moist. You like those words?
Joke carried over from this our weekend camping trip. Boy Scouts of America.
It's thick and moist.
Scouts.
It's the monster is. I mean, it's just weird because it's also like it is scary.
It's creepy.
It has like tentacles. It's creepy, but also I do feel like if it touched me, I'd be like, ew.
But it makes sense that it would have used the lady in the hospital to gather all these
screaming in terror, and then it like touches you just a little bit, and you're like,
because it's gross. It's wet.
Yeah.
It's like a wet monster, and it's got like blood and
Have you
viscera.
seen those edible water bottle things? It's like one of those. Just it's all these human flesh and bones and.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's gross.
And as soon as you touch it,
I'd be like, I need to wash my hands.
Hold on, you stay right here. I'll be back.
You just touch it while somebody's dying, and you're like, hold on, hand sanitizer. All right, where were we? It's gross. It looks wet.
But it's smart that...
Stop them like Bugs Bunny always stops the monster in the cartoons.
That's Scooby-Doo.
Like that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Bugs Bunny did it first.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny did everything first. He did big, giant monsters made from viscera of people. No, maybe not. It's really gross though. Did you notice like when you watch it though, it has like a bunch of teeth in its mouth, obviously, but then if you actually look at the body of the monster, like its arms and legs,
yeah, doesn't it have?
You can
teeth?
see teeth all over it. It's really gross. It's seriously really gross.
Yeah. But in that moment, I was more worried that they were gonna kill Nancy because she's still like.
Yeah.
She's still one of my favorites, even though her arc has it's really gotten bad.
Oh, at this point, it's gotten better.
It's gotten better
in the
though.
show.
Yeah.
In this season, I feel like Nancy's arc was a little slow.
I like the thing with her and the mom, like that kind of redeemed the mom towards the end.
Yeah.
Too. I think that was this episode.
Yeah.
And then I think right after that, you thought she was gonna die because she did that thing. She had that talk with her mom. And then after that, the monster's right up in her grill, like, yeah.
Yeah. A disgusting monster.
Okay, and it's weird, though, that it's smart on the monster and, like, the mind flayers part, doing the monsters at the hospital thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can get all those sick people, all the doctors, and with that secretary lady that won't let anyone pass there in more than a group of two, it's really easy to just go and.
And I was impressed with how much of a beating Jonathan can take. Basically,
Yeah, that was
just the whole episode. Jonathan is just getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
He gets beat up by Jake Busey and the other guy.
Yeah.
And then he gets beat up by the monster. And then he still gets up. Doesn't he get hit with like a chair at some point? He's like a WWE wrestler. He gets hit with like a chair and a fire extinguisher. And
when I watched that, God dang it, John Cena at my TV.
Can't see him though. Jonathan just takes a beating, and so that's impressive. And how they do like the people getting beat up in the show is always really good. It always looks like in season 2 when Steve gets beat up by Billy. That looks really good. Yeah. And then when Steve is captured by the Russians, that looks really good. Yeah. So it's impressive how they make a good beating look on a show.
Yeah, well, speaking of good beatings, then once 11 does get back there, she goes and just like monster into one wall, into the other, into the roof,
that's
into
right,
the ground, other wall, other wall, other wall, other
and that's
wall,
a cool
up,
part
down,
too.
up, down, out the window, and then it slimes through the gutter.
Which is, again, disgusting. So when it flies outside and hits the floor.
Like, the sewer's already that bad, guys.
Yeah. Hits the ground and then turns into slime and then goes into the sewer. Which you know that bloody, disgusting monster is just collecting poop all over it. I don't want this thing to touch me is my point. This is the real takeaway you could get from this episode. Is that the sanitary issues of this monster alone are disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, this is also the episode where Mike and 11 decide that 11 doesn't have to dump his ass anymore, that they can get back together.
Yeah, I guess they kind of mend that up a little bit.
I forgot. Does she still talk like a caveman when she says that they can get back together, or does she speak like a normal human being?
Better, because that is at the hospital, so that's when they're sitting in the waiting room.
Was she like, I undump your ass, and then just walked away?
No, I think he doesn't he give her.
He gives her candy or whatever.
Out of the vending machine, yeah.
She shakes it a bunch and gets it all out.
Yeah.
And then Dustin's having his little heyday.
So he gives her.
Dustin isn't. He's not even there. What am I thinking?
No, Dustin's with them
it's Lucas.
in the dungeon.
Yeah.
One of the parts I do like when from Steve's side, I like that Erica. they have the vial of the green stuff, and she's like. Keep that, or what's in there? Is it if it's wet? If I'm gonna die of thirst, I'm drinking that, and then it breaks, and then it's like acid, obviously. And they're like, "You sure you want to drink that?" But I like that of everybody in the show, she's like a survivalist. Like, if it's wet and I'm thirsty, I'm drinking it. Like, it's not a good survivalist, but she's thinking about it at least, so that's good. Could you imagine had she drank it though?
It's like when you drink really, really hot beverages, like when you overdo your hot cocoa and then you underestimate it and then you just burn every taste bud in your mouth.
Yep, that's exactly like that.
Except for it's going all the way through your organs. Like you're...
Yeah, I've burnt everything down to the stomach.
That's the most painful thing.
Oh, it's horrible. But the thing is, when you drink something super hot, you have to commit to it. You can't just spit it up because you've already burnt your mouth.
Well, as it's going down and burning, though, it like sends you into this little like seizure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and you're like,
you just don't have any control.
It burnt everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I did this thing once where I ate a Red Baron microwave pizza, and it was so hot. You ever burnt your mouth? It's
like those pizza pockets.
You ever burnt your mouth and you get like that skin flap in your mouth? It was so hot that it was so hot that it made the skin flap and then burnt it off.
It's so hot. It hurts so hot.
I still ate it. I ate it all, yeah. I ate the whole thing.
Well, you don't want to make a mess.
No, I was at work, so I only had a 10-minute break, so.
Yeah.
So I burnt it right before I went out on the sales floor.
You can't pick up your pizza that looks like the monster.
It did look like the monster a little bit. No, without the teeth. But
well,
yeah.
if it burnt off one of your teeth, like it just burns through all that.
God, man, it just burnt bad. All right. So 5 and 6 though, they are good. They're good episodes. 5 they're going down in the dungeon. In 6 do they get captured? Then
before
did we decide?
Talk about them, let's take a brief moment to talk about our favorite character in the entire show, Alexi.
Oh, Alexi, yeah. Which in episode 5 is actually where it's actually Hopper ends up being right on something, and that's kind of cool.
Except for the fact that he's completely stupid and arrogant about doing it.
Sure, yeah.
The only thing I disagree with that he's done this entire season was that because he acted so cocky about it, and he sounded so drunk and stupid to trust. Yeah.
But he ends up being right, though.
He ends up being right, but it's like at the same time, it's like, really? Like,
so he buys the strawberry. It's supposed to be a strawberry, or it's supposed to be a cherry slushy for Alexi. So Alexi's going to tell them the secrets. So Hopper buys him, but he wants stuff, though. He wants food. He wants Burger King, and he wants a slushie from 7-Eleven. And Woody the Woodpecker. And he buys a strawberry slushie. And he gives it to Alexi, and Alexi's like, I said cherry, basically in Russian. And so Hopper throws him outside with the keys to the car, and is like, he's not gonna leave. They're all like trying to make him stop.
Well, it's the keys to the cuffs and the keys to the car.
Yeah. So he throws him out there, and Alexi like grabs him and takes off his cuffs and gets in the car, and Hopper's like, what are they going to do with him? Like, as soon as he goes back to his base, they're going to think, like, this guy talked. They're going to kill him. And everyone's, like, angry at him. Especially Winona Ryder, who's mad at him for just letting him go. And then, actually, Alexi starts up the car. He starts driving off. And then he hits the brakes and has to come back. And, then he's like, strawberry is just like cherry.
Yeah, and then the episode before that, they had to play him off as a child rapist murderer.
Yeah, they did have to do that, yeah. But he had those glasses, so.
I mean, he looked the part.
He kind of does, yeah. And he's Russian, so he is a rapist, I'm sure. That's what they tell me on the news.
Right.
And I believe everything I hear.
Any news network.
I believe every news network, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's contradictory. If it's contradictory, I just believe it all. Super confusing, but I'm woke.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean it's but Alexi's actually charming in that part though.
Yeah.
I love that he loves Woody Woodpecker so much.
Except for it's his downfall.
It is. Oh. We'll save that for next episode.
Except for I don't want to.
It's gotta happen though.
Yeah.
Gotta happen.
You gotta save it.
All right, now let's get to the.
No, he doesn't want to talk about it at all in the next episode, because it's sad. But it happens, so whatever. It's gonna
Underground prison.
Underground prison. Is it in these 2 episodes though where Steve and them get caught? Because they eventually because they have to send Dustin and Erica back basically for help, because
they get caught, but I don't think they get interrogated or drugged yet.
Not in this one. They just get caught.
I think they get caught, and then I think they get thrown in the room, and then
I think that's how it ends, basically. So they get
and
caught.
then I think episode 7
takes up after that.
Yeah.
But they send like Dustin and Erica back for help.
Yeah, which ends up just being Dustin and Erica talking about why Erica's a nerd.
Yeah, My Little Pony. They talk about My Little Pony. Which makes Erica a nerd. And it's funny because Dustin like tells a bunch of stuff about My Little Pony, and then Erica's like, "Why do you know that?" And he's like, "Because I'm a nerd." Which is, it's endearing.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that he's like a teenage boy that knows what My Little Pony is.
He's barely a teenager.
I don't know. I watched Care Bears for quite a while.
Giving the old Care Bear stare.
Yeah. I'm not into teenager years, but I was always nostalgic of it.
I watched it till last year.
Did you?
No.
Just like
I've
the
never
news.
seen the Care Bears, actually.
One of the first movies I went
poor.
to was the Care Bear movie. 1984.
I was born then.
Yeah. I was 5.
Old. So, I mean, 7 and 8. I mean,
7 and 8 are the best, but that's just because they're the end.
Yeah.
Oh, something important that Erica mentions right after their nerd discussion is what was that creepy monster thingy that you were talking about, and how big was it? And as she looked at a cage, which means that the Russians could have gotten a Demogorgon.
Yeah, because the cage is roughly the size of that.
The size that she's talking about, and there's more importance to that later.
Well, and I always wondered. I wondered on the because they don't resolve what the green liquid is for, right? We don't really ever get to see what it's for. It looks like the ooze from Ninja Turtles, though. Secret of the Ooze.
Ninja Turtles 2.
Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Michael Bay's third Ninja Turtles movie.
Not the Michael Bay ones.
No, these are
the ones with these
ones.
are the Jim Henson ones.
Yeah. Classics.
Nah, let's just go back to the Michael Bay.
But the Michael Bay ones aren't very good.
Exactly. Well, neither is Transformers, but those still get watched.
I've watched all of those.
Those are all garbage.
It's funny because Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles 2 literally did everything that those idiot fans wanted them to do, and they still hated it. But they're like, "What the hell, Michael Bay? How come the first one didn't have Crane and Dimension X and the Technodrome and Bebop and Rocksteady?" And Michael Bay is like, "Okay, fine, let's do all of it." And then he did all of it, and people are like, "Oh yeah, this looks stupid in movies. That's stupid because we're stupid." And Michael Bay is like, "Yep, you are. You're stupid. That's why we didn't do this in the first movie. But we wanted Casey Jones." And they're like, "Yep, he's in it. It sucks. This sucks. This is a sucky movie. And we did it for you still. Here's Bebop and Rocksteady, you fat nerds." And they're like, "But it's not good." Yeah, it's not, because that's stupid. Because cartoons from the 90s are stupid. You shouldn't watch movies as that. That's why Stranger Things is better to be made now and not in the 90s, because it would have Dimension X and the Technodrome in it. They always put another dimension in everything. And that's what Stranger Things is about anyways. Except for if it was made in the 90s, it'd be like, we need the upside down and the right side up. It's another one. It's got the Technodrome in it and Crane. Yeah.
And then in the season
and
finale,
no one
they
would
can reveal it's just heaven and hell.
It's just heaven and hell. We just finished the show for him.
Oh my God.
Contact the Duffer Brothers.
We're geniuses. We need to go put in our auditions for season 4.
To be writers, yeah.
Yeah, to write it. The
All
Duffer
right.
Brothers are out of ideas. They'll take the help.
We can take it over. We can make this can be our 10th
Let me make
show.
this better.
And then our last season, just like Game of Thrones, we can make it suck and all the fans can hate us.
Yeah, we'll make it suck. Yeah, it has to suck for the last season because it's already went 4 seasons too long. So there you go. I think that's it for now. All right. New Line?
What's
New
up?
Line Cinemas?
Oh, I should have went out with
It
the
sounds
HBO.
the same.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for everybody listening to the show.
That's
Stranger
rather
Show.
strange.
It is. Next episode, 7 and 8. I might even rewatch them.
I might, just because they're way better than every
Yeah.
other episode.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.